Everyone, and welcome to another lecture in the series R for Beginners. In this important lecture, we will be talking about if-else conditions in R, how we can write them and how we can use them. First of all, before talking about if-else conditions, it is important to talk about conditions and logical operators. Since we are talking about R, conditions and logical operators in the R programming language. So there are 6 basic logical operators, logical conditions supported in R. These are the same as you would find in mathematics. Equal to, where you can compare two quantities for equality. Not equal to, where you can compare two quantities for not for to check whether both of them are not equal, unequal. Then greater than, whether A is greater than B. Lesser than, whether A is lesser than B. Greater than or equal to, A greater than or equal to B. And lastly, lesser than or equal to, A lesser than or equal to B. Now I won't go into much detail about these operations in this lecture. I have already done that in a previous lecture, and I request you to go and watch that. Operators in R. Moving on. Now let us talk about conditions and if statements in R. First of all, these conditions, they will return a Boolean value. Boolean value means a logical value, either true or false. A quantity can either be greater than or equal to or lesser than another quantity, true or false. So in this example, A has the value 33, B has the value 200, and if you are checking B is greater than A, whether B is greater than A, it is obviously true as 200 is greater than 33. So this condition returns true, and that is why this if block is executed. Now let us see this in action using the R console. R, A had the value 33, B had the value 200, and now the way to write if conditions is that you write the if keyword, then a space and parenthesis, and inside this parenthesis you write the condition. And our condition is we are checking for whether B is greater than A. So we write this condition within the parenthesis and then open a set of curly braces. Now on the next line, after some indentation, you can do whatever logic you want to apply. Here we can just say B is greater than A, as that is what we are checking. And then we can simply end the curly braces, close the curly braces, and you'll see that when I press enter, I get the output B is greater than A. And this is because 200 is greater than 33, which is what the condition is checking. So a thing to note here is that anything written between the two curly braces, open and close curly braces, come within the scope of that if condition. And those code statements will be executed if the condition evaluates to true. Else if. So in our previous example, we just checked whether B was greater than A. This leaves out two scenarios. A could also be equal to B, or B could be lesser than A. Now what if you wanted to do something if those two conditions were to be true? So we can do that using the else if keyword, else if statement, and that is pretty similar to if statement. You write the else if keyword followed by space, and within parenthesis you write the condition. And the thing to remember is that there can be any number of else if statements in your code. It's not only limited to one or two. Okay, so continuing with the same example, we say if B is greater than A, we print that B is greater than A. Else if A greater than B, we print A is greater than B. When we close the parenthesis, you'll see that I get the original output B is greater than A, and that is because I did not change the values of the variables A and B. So let us say in order to make the else if condition evaluate to true, I change the value stored in the variable a to 233 instead of 33. Now you'll see when I run the else if condition, just a second, a is greater than b. Now you'll see that when I press enter, I'll get the output a is greater than b, because in this case the second condition, a greater than b, is getting evaluated to true. B greater than a is returning the boolean value false. There is the else keyword also, and this keyword is used to catch anything that you didn't write a condition explicitly for. Coming back to our example, we have left out the third situation, a equal to b. So we can assign a the value of b, which was 200. So now if we print the values of a and b, we'll see that both of them are equal to 200. So this means that this both of the if conditions and the else if conditions, they will evaluate to false. What will we do next? Do then. So in order to do that, let us first write b greater than a, then print b greater than a, else if a greater than b, print a greater than b, else the third situation where both of these quantities are equal, we print out a equal to b. And notice that we are using two equal to operators. So in R, when you are comparing two quantities for equality, you have to use two equal to operators consecutively. And now you'll see that when I run this code block, I get the output a equal to b, and this is because the conditions for if and the else if statement evaluated to false. Okay, so in our previous example, we saw that we had the if condition b greater than a and the else if condition a greater than b. We can have the if statement directly followed by the else statement. The else if statement is not mandatory, and it is fine if you exclude that, as I've shown in this example here. Okay, so now let us talk about nested if statements. So these are an interesting code construct. Nested if statements are basically if statements inside of another if statement. So let us say we have a variable that stores my age 23, and now we want to write a nested if statement. So if age x is greater than 18, then we print, let us just print x greater than 18, and now let us check for something else. Now we can write another if statement inside of the previous if statement if we check x greater than 21, and if this is so, we say x greater than 21. Now you'll see when I press enter, you'll see that both of these print statements are executed, and I'll get the output x greater than 18 as well as x greater than 21, as you can see here. And this is because x had the value 23, and that is why the first condition, x greater than 18, returned true, so that code executed. Now inside print x greater than 18, that was printed to the output, standard output. Then we got another if statement, if condition, if x greater than 21. Now here x has the value 23, and it is obviously greater than 21, so the execution entered that if statement also, if block also. In this way you can have as many nested if statements as you want. However, it is not generally considered good practice to have nested if statements, and it would be better if you can write them outside if statements. Okay, so now let us talk about the logical AND operator. This operator is used to check whether two statements are true simultaneously. Okay, so now let us say we have three variables, a with the value 1, b with the value 2, and c with the value 3, and we want to use the logical AND operator. So here notice AND operator, the logical AND operator returns true only if both statements on either side return true. So let us say we have two statements, a less than b and b less than c. If this is true, then you can print out logical AND operator returned true. So now what do you think will happen when I press enter? Let us see. Okay, I got the output logical AND operator returned true, and this is because both the conditions on either side of the AND operator, a less than b and b less than c, returned true. If any one of them had returned false, this statement would not have executed. I would not have seen logical operator return true printed to the output. Great, so now let's talk about the logical OR operator. The logical OR operator is different from the logical AND operator because it only expects one of the two conditions on either side to be true. So continuing with the same example, let us say we want to check the logical OR operator for its functionality. So we have a condition a less than b which returns true, OR, and OR here is represented by the symbol on top of above your enter key on the keyboard, and b greater than c. So we know that in these two among these two conditions, only the first condition a less than b returns true, and you'll see that when I execute this code block, I will still get the output logical OR operator return true. This is because one of the conditions a less than b returned true, which made the logical OR operator return true. Here, as you can see on the output, logical OR operator returned true. Okay, great. That was all I had regarding the if-else conditions in R. I hope to see you in the next lecture. Bye.